Hello and welcome to Living Magically, one of the luckiest weeks of the entire year. So this is the week of the June 8th. And let me explain why I call this one of the luckiest weeks of the entire year. But first, I do want to just apologize a little bit. Maybe apology isn't right, but I come on every week, and if you didn't notice, it was the last couple of weeks. I had a very important family matter come up, and so I just felt that it was really important that I take care of my family and be really, really present in Ohio. So if you're like, what happened to Michelle? I do apologize for not getting on. But in the meantime, I also know that I was in the right place supporting my family. And that's always going to be the most important thing to do. And I say this to all of you as one of the messages, which is to choose to make commitments to yourself, but always know that the commitments that you make to your higher power, your bigger choices, will always come first. Everything is a matter of what feels like love to you. And sometimes we have to just choose love. And I could have actually maybe even called this choose love over fear. That seems to be the deep theme this week. Choose love over fear. There's a lot of astrology in the collective consciousness. And it's interesting because right now, literally as I'm speaking this video, we are in one of the most beautiful conjunctions of the entire year. We always look forward to the Venus-Jupiter conjunction. It's considered the luckiest day of the year, and it is happening on the 9th, Tuesday. So if you're watching this on Monday, great, it's already in the energy. If you're watching this on Tuesday, yes, it's the luckiest day of the year. If you're even watching this on Wednesday, Thursday, this is an energy that does give the whole week a warm, loving, compassionate glow. And with that, you can see an opportunity for karmic release. And what's different about this particular conjunction, it happens every year in whatever sign that Jupiter is in. But Jupiter loves to be in Cancer, and it's ending its time in Cancer. And the expansion here is almost like a parting gift. And this conjunction only happens once every 12 years in Cancer. It happens every year, but in Cancer only once every 12. So think about this as accumulation of karma and an opportunity to resolve things. So it's a absolutely beautiful time for clearing the air, clearing, releasing, forgiving, letting go. It is a beautiful time for having a conversation that is based on mutual communication. It is a beautiful time for if you're looking to improve or beautify your home, beautify your body, make a new job, jump, any of those kind of things, or the magic to create it. So Big Daddy Jupiter meeting up with the goddess mother. And so think about it as the union with this Venus conjunction, the union of expansion and stability, expansion and love, exuberation and joy, meeting calm and soothing. It's just chef's kiss, the energy. Now, if you feel out of sorts, it's because there is something here for you to heal. So for some people, you might just feel great and take this as an opportunity. If you're feeling out of sorts, out of alignment, it's an opportunity to get clear, get aligned. And so I'm just going to say it's a sweet spot. And then it is the dark moon this week. So we will be releasing and finishing and clearing this moon cycle, this blue moon. So that blue moon that we had, that intensity that everyone felt, also once in a blue moon. So letting go of the past, letting go of limiting beliefs, letting go of an old pattern, and really jumping timelines. The work this week could be energetic timelines being collapsed and a new direction being taken, especially with that new moon. It's the new moon in Gemini. And so when we look at Gemini, we think about two ways of being. We're deep in Gemini season. We'll be completing that on the 21st. So think about what is the path you wish for instead of the path maybe you're on. Or what is the path of expansion and love? And remember, there's no fear in love. So it is okay to expand. It is okay to grow. It is okay to make a new start. So we have a new moon on Sunday. And that new moon is an opportunity. Every time we have a new moon, that is preceded by a dark moon. So final release this week all the way into Saturday and early hours on Sunday. And then Sunday going forward is about putting that new version of you into place. So these two big things, Tuesday's conjunction, Jupiter-Venus conjunction, and Sunday's new moon in Gemini, all followed by this blue moon. This is the go time, my friends. What is going to be revealed to you? And then we end the month with the big solstice, of course, on June 21st. And then we move into sort of this next new time frame with the very last day of the month being where Jupiter moves into Leo. So there's a lot going on, and then it'll be followed immediately with a Mercury retrograde, which is still 3 weeks out. So you have time, friends, but just understand that the retrogrades are coming. The changes of planets are coming, the big stuff. And we'll talk about that in next week's video. I want to just continue to reiterate what this is, that sweet spot for manifestation, for communication, for intention setting, for love, for relationships, for everything from romance to friendship to building solid ground, we're bridge building, we're groundbreaking, we're solidifying new structures. We're really starting to build a new reality. Lots of change has happened over the last 2 years. Astrologically, this is that moment of continuing to do the work in the becoming of the new version of you. If you want to do that with me, because I'm back in Orlando, Florida from my gorgeous visit in Ohio. If you want to do that with me, we have a couple opportunities coming up this weekend. On Saturday night, I am working with Mariah to do an incredibly glorious breathwork, chakra alignment event at the Urban Ashram. And so if that is something you want to be a part of, please join me. I'm so excited. One of the things I've really been using a lot is the breath work of resetting your nervous system. So to be doing that the night before the new moon just feels so magical, so powerful. So please come out and share that time frame with us. Also, one of my favorite things to do is shamanic drumming, and we have an opportunity, a fundraiser for the Urban Ashram on Sunday. And we'll be doing shamanic drumming and healing work, and really an opportunity to set that new moon into action. So whatever you do this weekend, think about this as an opportunity for that reset button. And I'm finding that we're going back to the practices that we already know. simple things like the breath, the chakras, alignment work. I call it light work versus shadow work. But if you do need to do some shadow work or some theta healing or some belief work, this is a great time to do that. I am deeply committed to the Ho'oponopono process right now, which is, I love you, please forgive me, I'm sorry, and thank you. So that process is really powerful right now. Also, timeline work where you're shifting the energy and connecting to the next version of you. That requires a choice. This is one of those moments in time, especially with that Jupiter conjunction on Tuesday, to make a new choice. To maybe you've been 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and this is the time to commit. Maybe it's you've been waiting to see what everybody else is going to do, and it's just a time to make a choice. I'm going to say the energy, when I read into this, it's about a karmic reset. So if that means letting go of punishment programs or letting go of doubt and moving deeply into certainty and choice and free agency and putting new things into order, this is the time. It's such a sweet spot for that. And Monday is another place to do that anchoring of just resetting. Maybe you've fallen off the wagon on an eating habit or an exercise habit or a breathing practice or a meditation practice. We call them practices for a reason. It's a really great time to just be like, I know what to do. I haven't been doing it. It's time to go back to what I know supports me. It also is a good time to be like, this is a good time to put energetic boundaries for people. Maybe you notice that there are people who are better for you to spend time with, that will accentuate your goals rather than make you feel negative about yourself or just take you down a path. It's okay to choose the people who are living the life you want to lead, and putting some of that old version of you in the past and just be busy, right? Like, you don't have to go to everything that doesn't feel aligned with you. So this is that moment this week. So I just invite you to go deeper into your process of free choice toward the version of you that you're building, the version of you that's becoming, the version of you that is lucky. It's a great time to, one of my mentors calls it the lucky girl or the lucky man syndrome. And with it being the luckiest day of the year, you can put that crown of success on. You can align with the version of you. You can remember today is going to be a great day. This is every day, but especially Tuesday. This is going to be a great day. I'm the luckiest person on the planet. This isn't coincidence. It is a synchronicity. It is alignment. This is happening because I've chosen it. This is happening because I'm creating it. And be the co-creator, be the partner, be the version of you that already has it. So again, if you want to do some work with me, I invite you to come join us at one or both of the events this weekend at the Urban Ashram. And if you're wanting to do a little bit of deeper dive and you feel like there's some timeline work you want to do, reach out. I have a little bit of time on my schedule before I travel to England. And so this would be a great time to get on it. And with all of that, I'm going to keep it short because I actually have a Living Magically call to get on. And if that is another way you can work with me, you can always look into our Living Magically membership. We do 3 calls a month. And this is where we hold true to the version of us that is ready to live a more magical, more aligned, more co-creating life. But all of that said, I love you. I invite you to live without fear. Let those worries, fears, and concerns go by the wayside and live from a place of power, love, and manifestation. You've got this, and have an absolutely beautiful, magical week.